Karen Ann Carpenter was born March 2, 1950 in New Haven, Connecticut, and raised in Downey, California. Carpenter started playing the drums at 14. When she was 15, her older brother Richard, a piano prodigy, formed an instrumental trio with him on the piano, Karen on the drums, and their friend on the bass and tuba.
And of course, the young lady on the drums is Karen, his younger sister. Now, Karen used to hear Dick play, and she used to get so filled with rhythm that she'd play.
After winning
on
the Battle of the
kitchen chairs and
Bands, the
tables.
trio was signed by RCA Records. No albums were released, and the band was soon dropped from the label. In 1969, Karen and Richard made several demo music tapes and shopped them around to different record companies, eventually signing with A&M Records as the Carpenters. They immediately began work on their first album, Offering, which would be retitled Ticket to Ride after their version of the Beatles tune became a minor success on the pop charts.
Our first record, Ticket to Ride, which was released in '69, was kind of a half hit, half flop. In some places it was #1, other places it was ashtray material.
Richard wrote most of the songs on the album, and Karen sang lead vocals as well as playing drums. The Carpenters hit it big with their second album, 1970's Close to You. They Long to Be Close to You, written by Burt Bacharach, reached the top spot on the record charts and earned them a Grammy Award for Best Contemporary Vocal Performance by a duo, group, or chorus.
Lo and behold, Close to You was given to us. Boom. I mean, it happened just overnight. And within 6 weeks, it was #1.
The album also featured another now classic Carpenters hit, We've Only Just Begun.
We've only just begun today.
The Carpenters also won a Grammy for Best New Artist in 1970. Propelled by Karen Carpenter's pitch-perfect contralto, the duo would go on to sell 17 million albums and pepper the charts with
I'm walking around some kind of lonely glad. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Don't you remember, tell me, love, baby. You said you'd be coming back this way again, baby. Me that we go on, hurting each other, we go.
and the Academy Award-winning For All We Know.
Let's take the lights and sing. I knew you were.
Despite her massive success, Carpenter lived a sheltered life in her brother's shadow. Her mother seemed to openly favor Richard over Karen, which fueled her insecurities. A New York Times article said that if anorexia has classically been defined as a young woman's struggle for control, then Karen was a prime candidate, for the two things she valued most in the world, her voice and her mother's love, were exclusively the property of Richard. Karen Carpenter developed anorexia during the early 70s at a time when the disease was not well understood. In 1975, the Carpenters were forced to cancel a European tour because the gaunt Karen was too weak to perform.
There were rumours, though, that you were suffering from the Slimmer's disease, from anorexia nervosa. Is that right?
No, I was just pooped.
But you
I
did
was
go
tired
down,
out.
You went down to about 6 stone in weight, I think, didn't you?
I have no idea what 6 stone in weight is.
66 pounds. It's very difficult to work out. I think about 84 pounds
No.
or something like that. No.
No.
In 1976, she moved out of her parents' house to a condo of her own. That same year, the Carpenters scored a hit with I Need to Be in Love, which was reportedly one of Karen's favorite songs.
I know I need to be in love. I know I've wasted too much.
The Carpenters also starred in their very first TV special.
Drumming. People were always asking me why Karen plays the drums.
I can answer that in 2 words. Why not?
When we first did TV early in our careers, it was a mistake, and we realized it immediately and shied away from television.
By 1978, the band had quit touring altogether due to Karen's illness and Richard's addiction to Quaaludes. Carpenter cut a solo album with legendary producer Phil Ramone in 1979, but due to criticism from her brother and her own self-doubt, she shelved the album the day before its scheduled release. In 1981, Carpenter decided to reunite with her brother for one final album, Made in America. The Carpenters scored their last top 40 hit with Touch Me When We're Dancing.
Touch me when we're
On February 4th, 1983, the 32-year-old Karen Carpenter was found unconscious by her mother at her parents' home in Downey. She was taken to hospital, where she died of cardiac arrest caused by ipecac toxicity.
Singer Karen Carpenter died of cardiac arrest today in a Downey, California hospital. Karen Carpenter was 32.
Karen Carpenter's funeral was February 8, 1983, at Downey United Methodist Church. Approximately 1,000 mourners attended, including friends such as Dorothy Hamill, Olivia Newton-John, and Dionne Warwick. Carpenter was buried at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Cypress, California. But in 2003, her body was moved to be with her parents in a mausoleum at the Pierce Brothers Valley Oaks Memorial Park in Westlake Village, California.
Love songs have been around for all time, and I think they will be around for all time. And it can affect little kids right on up to grandparents.
Karen Carpenter's lush voice conveyed a sense of longing and loneliness belied by the uptempo beat of the Carpenter songs and the duo's squeaky clean image. Sadly, she died before she could find the strength to break out of that mold and interpret songs that reflected her life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to like the video.